In naming his team to take on Ireland at the Aviva Stadium here in Dublin on Saturday, Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus confirmed that Lock Ergier Snyman will win his 50th Test cap on Saturday, albeit off the bench. There were some players unavailable for selection due to injuries picked up against Italy, most notably Kurtley Orense and Handré Pollard. Erasmus says there was some debate over certain positions, but the selection for a test of this magnitude looks very much like the tried and trusted.
I think some positions we pre-planned and we rested some guys against Italy and we played some guys against the French team and some guys against Japan to get a nice build-up to this match and making sure guys are fit. But obviously Kanan, Jesse, Ethan, all three of them can be excellent at 13. Edwell went back for his wife was giving birth. And then who was the other one got injured? Kurtley got concussion. So that sort of cleared it out. That it was much easier for us to pick the team like that. So at the end, Ethan is missing out. And we're going with a 6-2 of Andres hybrid again. So it was tough. It was big decisions. I would love to have Ethan also in the mix for this game.
Massive frustration with the red cards over the last two games, but notwithstanding that, how proud have you been of this group to make the necessary adjustments and the change in thinking on the fly?
I'm very proud of the group and the coaches and the players and their doctors and physios and medical teams and S&C coaches. Everybody plays a role, and now you have to play so many minutes with 14 men because will the scrum fire, will the guy that's coming back from an injury last now longer, should be subbing earlier. So how the doctor did the things and the Andy and his team and Sepp and so on, all of those things then start coming into play. So, but then at the end of the day, the players must go and do something on the field, which is now totally different. Defending, lineouts, mauling, scrumming, everything is now different. So I guess it's not nice to have gone into those games with 14 men at certain stages, 13. But then if we get into those situations again, we sort of had some dry runs there, and that's positive that we could pull it through.
When the season's schedule was announced, it was New Zealand away, it was France away, it's Ireland away, and all of them loomed large. How different an Ireland team is this to the one you faced in the two test matches in South Africa?
I think, they in a part of their season where everybody says it's their last test match, but I think a little bit more, Leinster is the bulk of the Ireland team, and after this Irish match, then Leinster start playing Champions Cup. Our boys are a little bit more spread out. There's so many Stormers, so many Sharks, so many guys in Japan. So we've obviously got Wales still next weekend. So I think the one thing that people can't say nowadays anymore, this team is punch drunk, or this team has played so many matches in the game, or this team in the Lions series, because we had a Lions series in 2021 where we had no crowds, no Currie Cup. So I guess the thing is we're on our fourth game now of the tour, and they have now had 3 games to build up and get through the injuries and stuff. So, I think it's a team that's peaking at the right time, who doesn't have a lot of injuries, and us more or less the same apart from a couple of guys that are banned.
Rassie, with the obvious exception of Australia and Johannesburg, a feature of your team's performances this year has been the final quarter. Yeah. Raising the pace of the game, putting opponents away, which is something that you were frustrated about not being able to do even as recently as last season. What do you put that down to? Is it execution? Is it strength and conditioning? Is it a combination of things?
I definitely think it's a way in which we change our conditioning plan. Andy and Sebastian played a massive role there. For us to, if we don't going to have a proper bomb squad with 7 forwards coming up, with 6 forwards coming up, we'll have to have backs that can lift the pace, but then forwards. And then with Tony came a lot in with, we call it control and balance, and how to keep the forwards fresh for certain parts of the game. And then when they get their chance, they must do their job. So I think it's a little bit more tactical. Then obviously on the S&C side of things. And I think team selection plays a hell of a role. But yes, we struggled with that in the past, and especially against Ireland. We always came back the last couple of minutes, but we never got the nail in the coffin to actually secure the win. So 4 games. Well, 1 out of 5, we got it right. So massive challenge now to just do it one more time against our old foe.
Andre the Giant has really morphed into Andre the Hybrid.
Yeah.
But some special skills that he brings, and thinking back to the Wellington test where you lost 3 backline players in the first half to injury, that versatility is gold.
Look, against they, unfortunately for Damien Dalenda, he got subbed there because Andre could then do the hybrid of forwards and back. But in the last game, we had to take against Sia off, and then we had to take Ben Jason off as well, because the 2 younger props then didn't really have lots of experience behind them, and we had to put older locks on and older front rows on. And so having a guy like Andre now, look, in the beginning he could play forwards and back forwards and back line, but he didn't really understand line out calls and mauling. And so I think it's actually Tony Brown who must get all the credit. Yeah, he's the guy that said, listen, this guy can play forwards and backs. And then Dion and Don got him slowly into scrums and lineouts. But he must still be able to play centre as well. Otherwise, we're just making him a flanker, but he's doing really well and we're happy.
Just finally, Russ, a word for Ergier Snyman, a colourful character, both on and off the field with an incredible skill set.
Yeah.
A 50th cap for him.
Yeah, we would have loved in situations like this to start a player. But I almost think a guy like Ergier at his home club now, he will obviously still run in front, but it's a bit weird and run off the field and be reserved, and there's no anthem singing there. So it will be a bit weird just to run in front, but we as a team know how much he means for us. And I guess him starting the game and we losing the game would have been a great 50th game for him. Maybe him coming off the bench and we win the game is maybe a better way to celebrate his win, but maybe we can still lose. So it's a tough one to call, but Ergier is such a great team, man. We really love him. He's gone through a lot on and off the field whilst being in the Springbok environment. But yeah, he's a great guy. All credit to him.